Tarot, and today I'll be doing a challenge reading for Earth signs, okay? So this is for any placements of Earth you have in your chart. If you do, great. If you don't, great as well. You probably have messages in here for you, so keep an ear out. And if you are a cross-watcher, I welcome you with open arms because Heaven knows I was a cross-watcher for many of you myself, so I get you and I got you. And I might snitch, so just be mindful, okay? Now, I will mention the decks I use as I use them, and I will be also mentioning when it is important for you to utilize your own intuition. And with that, let's get started. My gorgeous fellow Earth signs. So, the first deck I'm using is the Action Oracle, a deck I wrote myself. Yep. So please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Earth signs in regards to their challenge this month, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Earth signs, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. And that's too many. Please give me one. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my fire signs. No, Earth signs. Take into consideration what? Being vulnerable, and forgiving. Okay. I'll say. Now I'm going to use the Easy Tarot to clarify. So, please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Earth signs, please come forward and share why they need to do all these things this month. Why is this their challenge? Take into consideration, be vulnerable, and forgive. Why? The Fool, pointing towards the left. Because they've done it in the past. Because you started no, it's the Hanged Man. What am I talking about? In the past. Because you have thought about this in the past. And you've decided about this. So I feel like you've done this in the past. You've thought about this in the past. And you've come to a conclusion, which would be Yezragatsuchun in Armenian. I don't know why the Armenian word came to mind, but the edge. Yezek, the edge. The conclusion, yeah, I don't know how, but whatever it is, you came up with it. You figured something out, and you thought about something from a different perspective, and you got why it's important to take into consideration, be vulnerable, and forgive. Yeah. Right, so now I'm using the Action Tarot for the two possibilities. So please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Earth sign, please come forward and share what the first possibility is going to be with them doing all these things, and them taking into consideration, being vulnerable, and forgiving. And the first card is the Seven of Pentacles with the Ten of Cups and the Justice, because of the Nine of Swords, which will lead to a Three of Swords. Okay. Now, for the second possibility, please, angels and guides. Okay, anyone from the highest good. And we got the Four of Cups pointing towards the left. Right. The second card is the Ace of Swords. Third card, Temperance. Fourth card, the Five of Swords. Then we have have the World. Alright, so what am I getting from this? What am I getting? Okay, what I'm getting is that the first possibility was a slow but steady process with the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, it was until it grew. You waited until it grew. You were patient and you understood that this would take some time, but you waited, and it was worth the wait because it allowed you to tap into the Ten of Cups. All right, which is completely awesome. Then that allowed you to gain justice, because when you are in a loving, when you are in that vibration, when you are thinking those right thoughts, and when you are being in that flow, you're definitely attracting good things to you, one of which is justice. Now, sometimes it might not be justice for you, but it's definitely going to be justice for someone. And at the very end of the day, it is going to be beneficial for all parties. It's like karma resetting itself in a good way. Okay. Then we have the Nine of Swords. Now, the Nine of Swords is just saying that one of the things with this, especially with that karma thing that I just mentioned, some people might not like the idea of it, which is fine, but whatever it is, you are becoming stronger because of it. And I feel like that is what is going to be leading you to your Ten of Cups more than having it just offered to you just like that. If everything was offered to you as easy as pie, right, where you have to do nothing, you wouldn't have appreciated it as much, is what I'm getting. Now, if I had been hit by, I was to buy a car at age 19, right? If I had just been given being healthy, being able to talk normally, being able to interact socially, just like that, I would not appreciate it as much, right? I would have taken it for granted, is what I'm getting. But seeing as you fought the battle, you come out the other end looking like $1,000,000, you now appreciate the need for all those steps that you have to go through. And that is going to heal your heart from all the sadness and all the pessimism and all the negative stuff that caused you to be in that negative frame of mind in the first place. Now, for the second possibility, I feel like you received 4 offers and you turned down 4 offers because it wasn't the right one. And for this one, I'm getting that you already knew your wealth. You already knew your worth, and you're like, this is not equivalent to my worth. Okay? So no, I'm not going to take any of it. I'm not going to take any of it because I have a new idea of what I have an idea that I'm sticking by, that I'm worth much, much more than you make it out to be, right? And that's when I feel like you'll be like, okay, so you're like, well, these things are not worth me. I'm not worth these things. What I mean to say is, these things are not equivalent to my value. But then something switches in your mind, a new thought process, and you're like, oh, wait a minute, why don't I be in the middle? Why don't I negotiate? Why don't I find ways to make other people want to be around me, you know? And have fun with me. And that's when this habit of yours, this winning at all costs, maybe this wasn't your process in every single aspect. Maybe this was just your process in thoughts. Like, I know I used to be like that. My way of thinking was the best way of thinking, and so you can't think your way of thinking because mine is the best. That was me. I'm going to admit it flat out, okay? But I feel like this would be in the reverse. But actually, so you tempered this. That's what it is. You tempered that, right? And that allowed you to achieve the world state, which is a completion of a cycle, which means that you have matured, which means you are now on the next level of maturity, which is awesome. I feel like both of these things are together, right? So you worked on a project for a very long time. It brought you some happiness. Due to that happiness, you gained justice, and due to that justice, you gained the strength to fight whatever it was that you were cowering from before, and that allowed you to become stronger, heal your broken heart, and become stronger. Now that your heart is healed, you now know what you're worth, and you won't take anything less. And due to that, that is a new idea. It's something that you haven't been used to thinking. And because you know your worth, you'd much rather balance the other people's opinions of you and your opinions of them, so that there can be peace that's reigning between all of you. And that is because you have set aside the concept of your way of thinking is the only right way of thinking, right? Which allows you, or which is going to allow you to reach the World card, which is amazing. Now I'm going to pull from the Spirit Animal Oracle cards to see which animal spirit guide will best serve you this month. So please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Earth signs, please come forward and share what animal spirit guide will best help my Earth signs this month in regards to their challenge. And you got the Dove Spirit. Be peace. Being peace. Being what brings temperance to the conversation. Negotiation. Love for all that is what's going to help you this month in your challenge. That is very apropos, very well to do, very on point, I feel. So please, angels and guides, anyone in the highest good who has a message for my Earth signs, please come forward and share what. By the way, this is asked and it is given from Abraham Hicks. But which means Esther Hicks, right? Because she channels Abraham. So please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Earth signs, please come forward and share what message will be best serving them. So we got whatever I can imagine, the universe can deliver. I like this. If you have the ability to imagine it, or even to think about it, this universe has the ability and the resources to deliver it fully unto you. For it is like a well-stoked kitchen with every ingredient imagined at your disposal. Yep. All you need to do is get on the right vibration to gain it. I'm going to write that down. Vibration. Okay. So, my gorgeous and fellow Earth signs, this is all that I have for you guys this week. If you like this, and if you like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below, and it will be my pleasure to assist. In that same box, you'll find a little description of this video and my price. Now, like this video, give it a thumbs up. Oh, by the way, for the price, this price is for private readings. If you feel so called to send me donations, you can do that to my PayPal. It's perfectly fine. I will definitely mention you and put you, thank you for your donation if that's the case. And with that being said, my gorgeous and fellow Earth signs, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye!